Thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the Coaches Corner. This will be the final Coaches Corner of the Roadrunners season. We want to give a huge shout out to the Tivoli Tap House that has been our home for the entire year. They have been very generous to allowing us to have the spot and be able to come and promote MSU Denver athletics. So we thank them, and we're hoping to be back for when the fall sports season gets going. I'm Celeste Zubia, and on today's show we will be having Athletic Director Anthony Grant. He'll talk to us about the state of athletics, and also the new men's basketball head coach, Michael Bahl, and he's going to kind of talk to us about his thoughts on being the top dog for the new program. So thank you so much, Dr. Anthony Grant, for being here with us tonight.
Thanks, Celeste. Glad to be here.
So first question, recently it was announced that MSU Denver would be hosting the Women's College World Series in D2 and the D2 Volleyball National Championship and also the D2 Cross Country Regional Meet. So what does this mean for the athletic program, and how big of a deal is this for MSU Denver athletics?
It means we're going to be busy for the next several years,
yes.
But this is huge for us. You know, it all started off because we were able to successfully host the Division II Championship Spring Festival last May. And so as a result of that, the folks from NCAA talked to us about potentially hosting the Softball World Series, and we were able to secure that. And then obviously the Volleyball National Championship, we're excited about hosting that here on campus as well. And then, you know, we've been hosting, you know, a lot of cross-country meets and things here in the city. So hosting the regional is something that we've been in practice of doing. So, you know, the fact that we were able to secure these championships is an outstanding testament for our institution, the athletic program, and our staff. So we're really excited about having that. And we want to have our teams represented. We want to win some championships right here. So we're really excited about it. Yeah,
so you had mentioned, you know, the 2000 Spring Sports Festival that we hosted at the Regency Athletic Complex. So how did that help you prepare for hosting the College World Series?
Well, if you think about it, you know, we hosted 6 national championships, you know, in a week. And, you know, for the World Series, we're focusing on one sport. So, you know, we'll just pretty much, you know, roll right forward with that. And, you know, it's going to be a lot easier from a logistical standpoint because we're focusing on one national championship. But it really gives us an opportunity to showcase our fields and really focus 100% on making this championship the best championship we could possibly have.
Yeah, definitely. So later on in the show, we'll bring in our brand new head coach for the men's basketball team, Michael Bahl. So talk about why you hired him and how he plans to move forward with the men's basketball program.
There's 2 adjectives that really stick out with Michael. Passionate is the first one. His passion for this institution and for his experience as a student athlete just filled the room. You can't deny how much love he has for MSU Denver, for Roadrunners basketball, for doing things the right way. I remember in the interview he spoke about what he was going to accomplish here as head men's basketball coach, and I was ready to go play basketball right then. I had a jacket on, I had slacks on, I was ready to go. I was going to put me in, coach. You know that's
yeah.
So, you know, so the passion that he has for this place is second to none. And then the other piece is being competitive. Mm-hmm. He was competitive as a player. He had a very diligent work ethic. Again, he was competitive in this search. We had 112 applicants. Wow. We Skyped 17. And then we had 4 on-campus interviews. And obviously, Michael was in that 4, and he just reached out there and got it. He took it, and that competitive nature has carried him to this point, and it's going to carry him further. And I would say if he's able to impart that level of competition into his players, we're going to be successful in all aspects of the program.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad he's on board with our team and excited to see what he does with the men's basketball team next year. So you hired Michael Bahl and now a new head coach for the women's soccer, Tracy Chow. So what did you like about her, and kind of what characteristic does she have, you know, to get the job?
She had a great deal of experience here locally at CU Boulder, also at Northern Colorado. And then she went out College of Charleston, and she still maintained those Colorado roots. So coming here, she was able to jump right in and hit the ground running. One of the things that struck me about Tracy is her dedication to the student-athlete experience. Same thing with Michael. Her competitive nature, again, same as Michael. But then, you know, also she had this infectious energy, and she had this thing about her that made me feel like she's not going to allow herself to fail. And so coming in, she looked at the challenge dead in the eyes. She knows what type of program she's coming into. She knows what to expect. She knows that we're poised to win conference championships and get into the national tournament. That's what we're here to do. And she wasn't afraid of that. And so she just jumped in and said, you know, let's get it done. And she's been a tremendous asset to the department in the short period of time that she's been here. She's been tweeting all over the place. She's been coming to support our other teams, and you know, she just fits right in. It's like she's been here the whole time.
Awesome. So year 2 is in the books for you, and as you head into, you know, your 3rd year, what are some things that you are hoping to accomplish, whether that be things you are currently working on or what you want to implement heading into the 2017-2018 season?
Well, we've been working on our strategic plan all year, and we're going to finalize that this summer. So I'm really excited about getting that implemented and setting a direction, well, actually a specified direction for the program for the next 3 to 5 years. So that's a significant thing right there. And then, you know, we've embarked on a lot of change. There's been a lot of movement in personnel, got a lot of new people on staff, got people in new positions. So, you know, it's going to be exciting for me to see how they do in these new positions. And then also, you know, try to embed some of the things that we've started over the first 2 years, some new policies and procedures and things of that nature. And we just want to kind of settle in and you know, have what I guess would be a normal year, but we don't know what a normal year is yet, really. Exactly. I mean, maybe this is the normal. But I'm just really excited about what we have going on. You know, we had a lot of change, as I said, and sometimes change is uncomfortable. But when you come out on the other side of that change, it makes you better. And I feel like as a department, we're better for it, and you know, we're going to achieve great things moving into the next year.
Awesome. So before we let you go, we have one more question regarding men's basketball. So the program is, you know, the front porch sport. So for MSU Denver, how important is it for Bahl, you know, to kind of take the baton and run with it as representatives for Roadrunner Athletics? Yeah.
You know, you're right. Men's basketball is the front porch of the front porch, so to speak. And there's a championship pedigree. You know, we are expected to be in the NCAA tournament year in and year out and be in the conversation for a national championship. Now, the reality is that you're not going to win a championship every year, even though that's something that we strive for. But, you know, again, as I talked about Tracy, like, she knows what the expectations are. She looked it dead in the eyes and said, this is what we're going to do, and, you know, we're going to continue to move forward. Same thing with Michael. He's played here. You know, he's been successful at this level. You know, during his time here, I believe it was 3 regular season conference championships, tournament championship, 4 straight bids to the NCAA tournament. So I want to see that moving forward with the program, and he knows that. You know, he's not shying away from that, and that's what the expectation is. That's what Roadrunners basketball is, and that's what the expectation is for the men's basketball program and for all of our programs.
Well, Dr. Grant, thank you so much for coming out on the show. We hope you find some time this summer to kind of relax a little bit before we head into the 2017-18 season.
Thank you. Appreciate that. You know, hopefully I can work on my golf game a little bit. That's been suffering the last 2 years. And also, before I leave and Michael comes over, I also want to shout Tivoli Tap House for allowing us to do this. This time around, we're actually piping the somebody's making a joke about my golf game or lack thereof. We're actually, you know, piping the sound from the interview and also having this on screens. So we're going to be doing this again next year, and so come out and support us. Come to the Tap House, come to the Coach's Corner, and also come out and support all of our teams next season. It's going to be a big one.
What he said. So stick with us, because next we will introduce head coach for the men's basketball team, Coach Michael Bahl.
the celebration is on for Mike Dunlap.
The Skyhawks celebrate a second national title in program history.
And the winner of the 2006 Harlan Hill Trophy as Division II College Football Player of the Year is Danny Woodhead from Chadron State.
ASU! ASU! ASU!
What do we got?
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Diana DeGette. Every day, I see the impact that MSU Denver has on our region. And education within reach can truly transform a life. Congratulations on 50 years of commitment to diversity and inclusion, and may you have many, many more.
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
I'm Lexi Marr, senior defender for the Roadrunners women's soccer team.
These teams looking for offense, and there's Marr, the all-conference defender.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
I'm Anthony Grant, Director of Athletics at MSU Denver.
It's because of your generosity and support that our athletic programs have been able to achieve sustained success and continue to be one of the top athletic departments in the nation.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner. We now welcome in head coach for the Roadrunners men's basketball team, Coach Michael Bahl. Coach, congratulations on the new gig, and thanks so much for being with us tonight.
No, I appreciate you having me, and I'm very excited for this opportunity.
Awesome. So let's get started. So when Dr. Anthony Grant called you and told you that you had earned the job, what went through your mind?
You know, I think Dr. Grant might even know this, but as soon as he told me I had the job, I had a big yell in the locker room, and I think I might have startled him a little bit. But no, it was a real dream come true, to be honest with you. And I told Dr. Grant I appreciate the opportunity and for him entrusting in me, you know, such a storied program. But I couldn't be more excited when he told me the news.
Yeah. So you have been part of Metro State basketball for a long time. You know, you played basketball here from 2003 to 2007. Then you joined the program in 2010 to be an assistant coach, and you've been here ever since. So tell us why you decided you wanted to be the head coach for the Roadrunners.
You know, like I said, I mean, it was one of those things where, you know, even as a kid, I was here. I'm a Denver guy, so I grew up watching the teams back in the late 90s, early 2000s playing. And it was always a dream of mine, you know, to eventually play here, and I did that.
Yeah.
And then I knew once my playing career was done that I was just so excited to become a coach. And I was fortunate enough 7 years ago to get the opportunity to be an assistant coach. And then my love for Metro State has just been phenomenal over the years, just because it's a place I grew up. You know, it's home to me, and I have a ton of friends here, a ton of support, and it's one of those things, it's family.
Yeah.
And, you know, once you have that, you never want to let it go.
Awesome. So the word passion came up a couple of times, you know, when folks talked about you in the men's basketball program. So where does that passion come from, and how will that be integrated in your coaching?
Well, I mean, I think the biggest thing that I'm going to bring that we've always had is that love for the game and the love for the institution. You know, I love the players. You know, you build a bond through relationships, and that relationships really is what the difference is at the end of the day. I mean, talent-wise, I feel confident we're going to get the players that can play on the floor, but we're also going to get the players who can buy into the institution and the whole athletic department as a whole, and the culture and the core values that we want as an institution. And, you know, that passion just comes through because when you love something, it's so easy to, you know, care about it and pass it along to other guys or other young men.
Definitely. So you got to be the interim head coach last season, so you got a taste of what it would be, you know, to be the leader of this program. So what were some of the things you learned from taking over the program?
Well, I think the other, one of the biggest things is this switching over, moving over from my assistant coach seat to the head coaching seat. You know, you have the final say on everything. You know, I was always the good cop as an assistant coach, and when you finally step over to that head coaching position, you know, there's times where you're going to have to do things and say things that, you know, to motivate your players that you normally wouldn't do as an assistant. You know, but again, through relationships, the guys understand that nothing we do is personal, and that we're here for a common goal. And that relationship, again, I keep hitting back relationship. The relationship with the players is very important because, again, once they know you care about them off the floor, then they'll even go that much harder for you on the floor.
So have you had a chance to talk to your team once the announcement was made that you were head coach? Like maybe if you have had a chance, can you share some of the things they said or kind of just stuff like that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is as soon as I told some of the guys, we have a lot of international players, so they all went home, and then I actually had to call them, wake them up in the morning. But the first thing they said to me was congratulations.
Yeah.
You know, they couldn't be more happy for me and my family. And then they're excited. They're excited for their future. It's not broken. What we have here is definitely not broken. If anything, there's a ton here to build off of.
Yeah.
You know, so they're excited to come back in the fall, you know, to hit the ground running and to continue the Metro State tradition.
So what kind of basketball will the fans get to see under head coach Michael Bahl? Will it be similar to what we've seen before, or do you have some new things that you want to kind of give the fans? You know, I think defensively you're going to see a lot of the similar stuff in terms of us, you know, pressing, playing up the floor. You're going to see us take a lot more chances up the floor, a lot more fast-paced brand of basketball. And then on the flip side, same thing offensively. You know, you're going to see us push the ball a little bit more in transition. Our goal is not to score 60 points a game. Our goal is to score 85 plus. Yeah. And you can only do that by pushing the basketball. And I think the other thing you're going to see is you're going to see a bunch of guys who are committed to shooting the basketball. You know, our field goal percentage is going to go way up. Our three-point percentage is going to go way up. So I'm can't be more excited for this opportunity and to showcase our guys, because we have a bunch of great guys that are coming back. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to see how you guys do this upcoming season, but we are going to take a quick break here, but do not worry because Coach Michael Bahl will still be with us after this break.
Dobinson stops on a dime, now to Cortez. The Cortez beating, count the bucket, and foul.
If you can't get enough of MSU Denver sports, then you need to tune in to the Roadrunner Review. Get into the game with exclusive highlights, interviews, player stories, and of course the top plays that will have you jumping out of your seat. You can catch all the action on Comcast CET and at RoadrunnersAthletics.com.
Hey, nice job! Great spot!
I'm Joe Rice. I'm the Director of Government Relations for Lockheed Martin Space Systems. I transferred into MSU Denver while I was in the Colorado National Guard and after I completed my associate's degree. This was the only university where somebody actually sat down with me and helped me plan out my academic path to finish my degree and graduate on time. Reach for the stars, come to MSU Denver, launch your career.
Brought to you by your #1 volume Nissan dealer, Tynan's Nissan. Come in today and choose from nearly 1,200 new Nissans. Get 0% for 72 months with no payments for 90 days. During the Bottom Line event, lease the new Altima for only $149 per month. Gives you both efficiency and performance. Looking for an SUV? Then choose the all-wheel drive Rogue at just $159 per month. Also available with optional third-row seats. Bottom Line savings at Tynan's Nissan in Aurora and Fort Collins.
I'm Raquel Torres, senior guard for the women's basketball team.
Winners, and there's Torres, three-point shot up and
good. There it goes.
Raquel Torres, the trifecta.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
I'm Andre Harris, senior center for the Roadrunners men's basketball team.
Here's Andre Harris with the jam, bobbing and weaving through traffic.
And you're watching the Coach's Corner. Get rowdy.
So glad you guys are back with us, and remember to follow Roadrunners Athletics on Twitter at MetroST Keep up with everything that is going on with MSU Denver sports, from events, replays of the show, highlights from games, player stories, and so much more. So click that follow tab at Metro Sports, and we're still hanging out with Coach Michael Bahl, the brand new head coach for the men's basketball team. And speaking of the men's basketball team, this program is the front porch program for this university. So as the lead representative from this program, how do you take your stance in the forefront of the athletic department and promote all the MSU Denver sports?
You know, I've always been a big believer, even as a student athlete, that the success of the program is not based upon one program. You know, it's as a whole. When the soccer team's good, when the baseball team, softball team, tennis, track, cross country, when we're good, everyone's good. Everyone sort of feeds off that success of other programs, because again, we're not the first program that starts off the season. You know, we have fall programs that are important to sort of build a foundation for success for the teams coming in the winter. Then obviously we sort of set up the people in the spring to have that success. So I think it's an obligation for all the sports, and especially us, to show our support to other teams and other athletes, other coaches. You know, we're all connected. We all have the same common goal, same mission, and that's to be representative to student athletes and to be role models and mentors for young men and women.
Definitely. So what will be the biggest change for you going from an assistant coach to a head coach, and kind of maybe how does your role change taking on this lead role now?
You know, I think one of the biggest things is I definitely have to answer a lot more emails and phone calls than I normally did.
More interviews now, so
yeah, a little bit more interviews.
Get used to this face because you'll see me after every game.
But I think it's a good opportunity, just to be in a position, where I can be the voice of the program, and I have so much passion for this place and love for this place that just sort of pass it on, not only on the basketball floor, but in the community as well. We're ambassadors for the community, and we have a great community in Denver, and I've been here my whole life. And I think just being a representative for the institution as a whole is one of the main things that I'm looking forward to as a head coach.
So what kind of changes do you want to see in the men's basketball program? Are you looking to continue to practice at 6 in the morning, or like maybe even change some student athletes that are hesitant from like waking up so early? Like college kids need their sleep, coach. Like
no, so you sound like one of the players. You've probably been talking to a couple of them, I think some things need to change. I think we do a lot of things really, really well. We had a 3.4 GPA, actually 3.37 GPA the first semester, and that's a credit to the guys. So I think some things are established and good, but I also think that change is good as well. When you're sort of immune or you don't necessarily see the benefit in making changes because we've done a certain way for the past 15 or 16 years, there's different ways to do things. I'm not opposed to not practicing in the morning at 6 a.m. If the players are listening to me, don't hold me to that. But, I'm a family man too, and I want that the benefit of having this life as well, but I also have a home life as well, and I want to spend time with my family, and I also know there's an obligation I have in regards to the athletic program and my players. So there will be some things that are different, but at the same time, a lot of things are going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not broken.
So can you tell us your philosophy on recruiting? Like, were you sure you've done your fair share for it already for the Roadrunner program as an assistant, but are there different places now that you want to reach now that you're a head coach?
I'm a Colorado guy, so I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship here when I was a senior out of high school in 2003, and there's good players in Colorado. I think we have recruited Colorado. I know some people might not necessarily think so just because our roster. Yeah. But, I think we want to concentrate on our region and our area first and foremost. I believe in building a program from the ground up, and that starts with four-year guys, freshmen. Yeah. I'm not opposed to getting Division I transfers or junior college transfers. The three biggest things that I look for, is character, talent, and then your willingness, to get a degree. If a student athlete has those three, then high school, junior college, or even a, Division I kid, it fits my mold.
So speaking of recruiting, what are you looking for, or what positions are you targeting for this upcoming season?
We want to get size. We want to get some size in the front line. We were on Kane Van Heinigen, a guy that a lot of people just don't know because he hasn't played in a while. He's a 6'9" kid from Amsterdam, and we don't have as much depth as we would like in the front court. So we're looking to get a little bit bigger. So hopefully when people see us next fall, we look a little bit bigger from all spots. I love guards and I love bigs, but I think we have a ton of good guards coming back. I think we need to sort of concentrate a little bit more on the front court. With some little bit bigger size in the post.
For sure. So do you want to talk about any basketball camps that you'll be running over the summer, and are those for those who don't know, what goes into running a camp?
Right. No, that's a great thing. That's a big part of what we do here. We actually starting up our team camps. We have 3 weeks of team camps starting this coming weekend. Okay. And this is our all levels, so freshman, JV, sophomore, varsity, and we have 110 teams coming. And then over the 3 weeks total, we have right around 218 teams. So it's a good little fundraiser for the program, and it's also a good opportunity for high school students to come onto our campus, and we can showcase what we have here. The next thing is we're going to do a youth camp. It's a back-to-school camp. Okay, so it's the first annual Metro State back-to-school camp. It'll be in the first week in August. And then we also have our elite camp, and our elite camp's for high school kids. So kids going into 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade, we're going to have a one-day event here on August 20th, which is a Sunday. Okay. And they can come on campus, meet some of the faculty members, meet some of the support staff. And it's just another good way, to get these kids on our campus and showcase, exactly what we have.
Awesome. That's super exciting. So, Coach, I know we've talked about basketball a lot. So just lay back, chill out. What do you do in the summer? Any plans? Maybe like that aren't basketball related.
We got quite a bit of recruiting to do.
Then never mind.
So it hasn't
Keep it basketball
yet.
related.
But no, it's important to me. Like I said, I'm not where I am today without the support of my family. My wife, Amy, she actually just won the state title at Evergreen for basketball.
Congratulations.
First time. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to her. Then obviously I have 2 little girls, Alice and Abby. Alice is 3, Abby just turned 2. So I want to spend some time with my family. I'm a homebody. Yeah. I don't necessarily go to a ton of places. You know, and my kids are fortunate enough that they grow up in the gym with both me and mom. So I'm going to spend a lot of time around the house when I'm not working on stuff here and just sort of relax, you know, recharge the batteries and get ready for a phenomenal season.
Awesome. So, you know, before we let you go, is there anyone that you'd like to thank or anyone that comes to mind where you think about where you are now, like people who have just been there along the way to where you are now, head coach, Metro basketball team?
You know, I mean, I've had the fortunate opportunity to play for and work with some of the best coaches in the country. You know, going back to, you know, my elementary school days, my father was always a big influence in my life. And then in high school, Coach Kevin Boley, who's now the head coach at Legend High School, athletic director. Then obviously I had the fortunate opportunity to play for a great coach, Mike Dunlap. You know, and then after I was done, you know, I actually worked for a guy by the name of Dan Schneider at Arapahoe High School who was a big influence on me in terms of not only on the floor, but off the floor. And then obviously Coach Clark. You know, I can't say enough of what Coach Clark did for me in my career and giving me this opportunity. He actually recruited me out of high school, and 7 years ago he allowed me the opportunity to come back on staff, and I'll forever be grateful for him.
Awesome. Well, Coach, thank you so much for being on the show, and once again, congratulations on the head coach job.
Thank you so much.
So that's going to do it for this first season of the Coaches Corner. We want to thank all of the hosts who have contributed to this show's success, and a big thanks to all the coaches, players, and guests who have appeared on this show. Again, thanks to Tivoli Tap House, John Kitzman, and everyone else who played a part in this great show. I'm Celeste Zubia, and we'll see you next season on the Coaches Corner.
Celebration is on for Mike Dunlap.
The Skyhawks celebrate a second national title in program history.
And the winner of the 2006 Harlan Hill Trophy as Division II College Football Player of the Year is Danny Woodhead from Chadron State.
ASU! ASU! ASU!
What do we got?
Are you a college student that needs a place to live? Are you still living with your parents and want your own space? The Regency Student Housing is perfect for you. The community offers many amenities such as a fitness center, 2 basketball courts, big screen amphitheater, all-you-can-eat dining hall, bowling alley, arcade, free parking, and a shuttle to and from the Auraria campus. For more information, please call 303-477-1950 or visit our website at regencystudenthousing.com.
I'm Lexi Marr, senior defender for the Roadrunners women's soccer team.
These teams looking for offense, and there's Marr, the all-conference defender.
And you're watching the Coaches Corner. Get rowdy.
I'm Anthony Grant, Director of Athletics at MSU Denver.
It's because of your generosity and support that our athletic programs have been able to achieve sustained success and continue to be one of the top athletic departments in the nation.
And you're watching the Coaches Corner. Get rowdy.